Thank you for tuning in to our daily devotions. Please like and share these videos. And let's go straight to the Word of God. Luke chapter number 5. We're going to jump right into verse number 3 again. Then he got into one of the boats, which was Simon's, and asked him to put out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the multitudes from the boat. Now let's go into verse number 4. When he had stopped speaking, he said to Simon, "Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch." Wait a minute now. He tells Peter, he says, "Push me out a little from the land." So he goes a little from the land, and he's sitting there in that boat, which is now a pulpit, and he is teaching the Word of God. The men have and women have pressed him into that position. They have pressed him into a place where he is now preaching and teaching the Word of God from a boat. But then, isn't this just like Jesus to prove a point? Now, I love the point he's about to prove, because he says, when he stopped speaking, first he brought the word, first he expounded on faith, first he taught about the kingdom of heaven, which is at hand. And then he said to Simon, "Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch." What are you saying? I'm saying that he was about to tell them that I can do something for you that you cannot do for yourself. Watch the reaction of Peter. But Simon answered and said to him, "Master, we have toiled all night." That word toiled there is fight. That word toiled there is like a frustration. We have tried this all night long. We have done everything that we know to do. We have tried to get this thing done, and we haven't been able to get it done. Are you going through something right now that you've been toiling with, that you've been fighting, that you've been trying to fix? Maybe you need to launch out into a little bit deeper waters with Christ. What does that mean? That simply means maybe you need to get deeper into the Word of God. Maybe you need to look up words and go to the Hebrew, and maybe you need to look up what the Hebrew word means. Maybe you need to get out a uh, um, uh, get out a concordance and begin to look and study words out. Get out a Bible dictionary. Get out a commentary, and instead of just reading the word, but Simon answered and said to him, maybe you need to study each word out and see what God is saying. Maybe you need to launch out a little deeper. Maybe your 5-minute prayer needs to be 30 minutes. Maybe your 1-day fast needs to be a week. Maybe your one verse a day that you're reading needs to be a chapter or even a book. Maybe you need to put down your phone and turn off the TV and spend more time with God. That's what launching into the deep will do for you. So we're going to look tomorrow and show you what happens when you get in deep waters. When you get in deep waters, there's something that will happen. God bless. See you tomorrow.